Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Bling Bling Jam YouTube station. And today we have Debbie here, and she'll be teaching at the Bling Bling Jam and also has attended for many years. But before we talk about that, we're doing her interview today. We want to share with you a little bit more about Debbie. Whether you know Debbie and you think you know Debbie, you may not know Debbie, and that's what this is all about. So just basically want to ask Debbie, like, how about her balloon career, how she got started, oh, how you got started, I should say. I'm speaking to you and to everybody, how you got
Uh-huh.
started, and how long you've been in the balloon industry, what's the name of your company, and where you're from, and all that.
Okay, well, let me start with the last stuff that you said first. Okay, so I'm Debbie Stevens, and I'm actually from Bowmanville, Ontario, Canada. I just say to everybody I'm from Toronto because nobody really knows where Bowmanville, Ontario is. Anyway, and my company name is The Twisted Ones. I never liked the name. So we
Oh,
all
wow.
went out the first time that we decided, okay, well, we need an official name. Um, we all went out and we started to ask people, and we gave them a couple choices. I had my choices, they had theirs, and everybody unanimously said The Twisted Ones. So that's what I got stuck with. So I went with what the people wanted. So I thought that was a good decision. But
Yeah.
anyway, I've been in the industry for many, many years. I think I started twisting back in 1997, right? So way back when. Anyway, actually, I learned from my brother, or my brother taught me, I should say.
Yeah.
He did balloons. Most of you probably know him, and if you don't, you definitely need to know him.
Yeah.
Mark Verge, he makes all the great big huge humongous dinosaurs, and he's right up until recently he competed every year. He loves competing. So he taught me how to make some balloons and stuff like that. He wanted me to be prepared to do a job for him. He needed more than one person. So like he showed me how to make a dog and a sword and a couple of the very simple one balloon creations. And I was all pumped. I loved it. I like, this is the most amazing thing type of thing. And so then he got us to work at a grocery store, and we were at the top of one of the aisles, and then the kids lined up, and then there was more kids, and it was like, oh, you couldn't see the end of the line. It went down and around and then through another aisle, and we're making these balloons as fast as we could, and I hated every minute of it. I didn't mind the balloons. I love the balloons, but I couldn't stand making people wait. And the lineup was so long. So it drove me absolutely insane. I tried another job with him, and it was the same thing. And it's like, you know what? It's not for me. So I thought that was the end of my little short career. So then a friend of mine asked me to entertain the kids at a neighborhood watch program. I don't even know if they still have those around these days, but anyway, they had about 50 kids coming. It was all from the community. And I didn't make the meeting. So I got nominated to entertain the children for hours. And it's
Wow.
like, yeah, wow, is all right. So anyway, so I got prepared for it. I used to do in-home daycare with kids. So I already love kids, and I already had
Oh,
kids of my
wow, I didn't
own.
know that.
Yep, yep. I did it for many, many years. And I ran it like a natural little daycare and everything like that, just in my home. And I loved it. I did make-up stories with the kids and games and everything. So that's what I did. I put all those games together and all those stories that I would tell. And I went to a magic shop, actually, Steve.
Yeah.
And Mark told me where it was because I didn't even know there was magic shops.
Right.
And I got some, the coloring book and all that kind of stuff. And then I did some balloons at the event, right? So there's only about 50, 60 kids or whatever it was. And that's when I fell in love with this whole entertaining. So
Yeah.
that's where it started. And then I
Right.
started doing birthday parties. And I kept it very simple like that. It wasn't just balloons, it was all the entertaining. And then we got a contract with the Leafs and the Raptors, our local, well, not local, I mean, they're international, our hockey team and our
Oh,
basketball team,
cool.
right? So anyway, so we got a contract with them. We kept that for many, many years. And I can't do the entertaining there. We were just hired to make balloons. So that's what we started doing. And then it's like, okay, the more I learned, the more I fell in love with it. And I started to get used to making people wait, maybe not quite as long as in a grocery store, but anyway, it was still lots of fun. And I did fall in love with it. And then my family, I started to train them first, my husband, and then we got too busy. So then I started to hire my two teenage sons. And then when my daughter got old enough, I trained her as well. And so anyway, so that's how it kind of started. They were a young family. Now they're adults with their own children, and now I have grandchildren. So
Right.
and
Wow.
yeah, so that's about it. That's how it got started. So
Wow, that's awesome. And that makes sense. I knew some of that, but not all that story. So that's good. So I'm learning too more about Debbie, and I hope you guys are too. I had no idea you owned a daycare. Wow, I can see that. That's amazing.
yeah,
So let me ask you this. Okay, the entertaining, which I know you're really good at, and then you did some other fun stuff, like you did some costumes, then you got into these beautiful dresses that you taught me how to make years ago.
yes.
And once you see Debbie's dresses, she's like the best dressmaker ever. Well, one of them, I would say. What inspired that? And can you tell us a little bit about where that's taken you?
Well, inspired me. Well, I to be honest with you, there was my brother Mark. He had started them here. They were very simple dresses, but they were still very beautiful. And
Yeah,
then I seen, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but Rie's in China. And,
yeah,
or is that Hong Kong? Yeah, yeah, China, I think it is. And or no, Japan. What am I saying?
yes, yeah,
Now
yeah,
it's coming back to me. Anyway, it's been a while since I've seen her.
yes,
Anyway, so that of course inspired me. And so it was just, okay, I could do that, right? I so looked up to her. It was amazing.
yeah,
And then I finally actually got to meet her and everything like that. So that was really cool.
yeah,
But so that's how the dresses morphed, and I fell in love with it. I mean, never had I looked in magazines or looked how a dress was being made or what's on a collar, what kind of button somebody has. All of a sudden, I was obsessed with this. I'm looking at pictures and things like that on TV. If there was a beautiful dress on, it's like, and I take pictures of it. It's like, okay, that I could add that to my dress and stuff like that. So my mind was starting to go and go and go. And it really became an obsession. And it was a matter of to make that dress perfect, to make it clean and make it look classy, right? That was my aim, right? And to add the detail into the I tend to like the more old fashioned styles kind of thing. But anyway, so that's where it kind of morphed. And then I joined one of the competitions, and I placed first in that and People's Choice. And then 2 years later, I did another competition, placed first again, and for 4 competitions for a top uh, balloon dress designer.
yes,
But anyway, so that's where I fell in love with it. And the thing that I learned about making the dresses, it is okay. We make balloons, and you know how you love the balloons, and you fall in love with them. But when you put a dress on somebody, it, the dress comes alive on that person,
yeah,
right? And it's magical to see that dress come alive on somebody as they move. And I love when it has movement to the dress, right? And all those kind of things. So it really became a passion, almost an obsession, but that's all right. Most of us are obsessed with balloons anyway in general.
yeah,
But that's why this year I'm teaching the balloon dresses,
yeah.
and I'm very excited
We'll
about it
talk about that.
because
Yeah,
it's a
in a minute.
chance.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a chance for me to share that with other people and
yes,
for other people to get that same passion.
yeah,
It's just like a link, right? Just to join you together.
yes.
And I love it. And I'm so happy to share that with people. So
Yes, yes, and it's amazing. Can you go back to the dresses? I know that you don't want to talk about yourself, but that's what this is about. It's an interview. You
okay.
did dresses for I want to say it was like uh a video, like a music video or something. You told me you showed me
Oh,
pictures and a few
yes,
different other special events. Can you share
yes.
that with everybody? Just so people can know what you've done with it as well.
Okay, well, that is my favorite, which is the music video that I did with Bella Sayona. She's from
Yeah.
New York City, and they flew me in, and I made a dress in the tiniest little tiny room that you can imagine. It wasn't even big enough for the dress. I had to put the dress form on the bed, to make it,
Gosh.
and I had to sleep on the chair beside it,
Oh
right?
gosh.
Just because there was nowhere to put the dress in. I needed it was so big. But anyway,
Right.
so I did the dress for her, and it was
Yeah.
so amazing because I had done dresses for fashion shows before, and you
Right.
see them walk down the runway and all this. But to hear her voice sing and dance, it was just magical. And I teared up and I cried. And then I got on a plane and I was back home within like
Oh,
hours. So, but it was very moving. So I did that. And that's one of my favorite ones. I've been to China,
yeah.
Europe, States, and done fashion shows for different things. But another one of my favorite one was we did a fashion it wasn't really a fashion show. It was again somebody dancing, not really singing, but it was more like a play. And we had everybody, all the balloon artists had different categories. So you'd have the earth, wind, fire, and sea or whatever. And I got earth. And I was like, I got to make a brown dress. So
Well,
anyway, so they
right.
said, no, brown can gold a little in it, and this and goldenrod and all this kind of stuff. Oh, okay, I can work with that.
Right.
So I thought I got ripped off. But to be honest with you, they turned out really good, and it was so
Oh,
amazing to see the girls up there. And I mean, literally, they did a different dancing than Bella Sayona. She's a hip
yeah.
hop kind of singer, right?
Yeah.
And then, but this was more elegant and kind of just beautiful, right? So
Wow.
yeah, so that's
Yeah. And
kind of
then,
it.
oh, sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead. I didn't
No,
mean to
no,
interrupt you.
what were you gonna say?
And then of course, before Bling Bling Jam, there was Diamond Jam Balloon Camp, and you made a fabulous dress for Jenna Wolk from the Today Show that was like out of this world. I think you won
Thank
the first year, and that's why you got. I don't. Can you explain what happens? Because it was amazing.
Yes, I won the first year, and then the following year they got me to I got asked to make the dress for she's in the news for
She was, yeah,
NBC
the
or what
Today Show.
something, what the Today Show, that's what it
Yeah,
was.
she's not there
And
anymore. Yeah.
yeah, and she was a sweetheart, and she was beautiful shape, so the dress looked gorgeous. She made it
Yes.
look gorgeous. So
Yes.
yeah,
And she
so the
interviewed
one,
you. It was great. It was
yeah.
amazing. It was the most prettiest dress. That was a lot of fun. Wow.
Oh,
Too
thank
cool.
you.
And yeah, and then I know Bling Bling Jam, my gosh, because well, let me also say I knew how to weave, but Debbie really helped me understand about dresses, some things that, well, as a guy I wouldn't know, right? Like
Yeah,
don't have them put hairspray in their hair while she's wearing the dress because it'll pop the dress. I was like, oh, I didn't think about that. And
yeah,
then things like you mentioned that they have to step in and put powder on them and like a leotard underneath. You might need a lady to
yeah.
lift up the front because you're touching her front, those things. So I would never thought about that stuff, as you don't know. So
No,
and then Debbie, showed me how to make some fabulous dresses I made too, like over 15 years ago. It's crazy. So I
yeah.
thank you for that. Um,
Oh,
yeah, amazing. But let's talk about Bling Bling Jam. So we did the second year. It was amazing because I had a couple from India that wanted to get married, and somehow we talked about them coming to Bling Bling Jam. It didn't work out. And then Debbie's like, "Oh my God, I love this idea." And she said, "I talked to Donald." She goes, and we want to do a renewal of our vows and that kind of thing. And we did it, and it was amazing. And then I was like, "Okay, Debbie, well, you got to make your dress." And your daughter makes a dress, and it was like, how was that like? I mean, I know that, I mean, about you making your dress, it was beautiful, and you looked absolutely beautiful, the prettiest bride ever. And it was
thank you.
amazing with the gazebo and all that. It was just fun. But I don't know you had never made your own dress before that, right?
No, I've never worn a dress. I've made so many
Right.
dresses by
For
that
other
time.
people, not
Yeah,
yourself.
yeah, never
Was that I
myself.
never asked you this, but was that, I know it was a beautiful moment, but was that weird for you because you had never made a dress for yourself?
I understood when people say they felt so gorgeous in the dress, right?
Right.
How it felt, how it gets very tight, but it's not squeezing that you can't breathe, right?
Yeah.
Because the more heat that you have from your body, the more the dress is shrinking. Then it
Yeah.
becomes almost like a leather outfit, so it's nice and smooth within an hour or so, especially if you're
Yeah.
warm. But it was the most amazing thing. And Steve,
Yeah.
again, you were my party planner.
Oh,
So I mean,
I
yeah,
know, it was fun. I never
you
planned a wedding in my life. It was a lot of fun.
well, you would
I'm
never
ready to
know
do
it.
it again.
And then you will also married us, or well, renewed
Yes,
our vows, but you even
yes.
got your license to do it and all
Yeah, I
that kind
did.
of stuff.
Oh, I didn't need it for yours, but I didn't know.
That's all right. You got it anyway. And
Yeah,
it was beautiful. And Steve, you
yeah,
got everybody together to create the whole scene. I mean, you had somebody there that opened up the gate that was shaped like a heart. And it opened up when I came through and closed. I mean, that we
yeah.
had the big, beautiful gazebo where we said our vows and everything like that. And it all made out of balloons, of course, right? And then the crossing of the swords, everybody in the lineup. That was so much fun.
It was a
But
beautiful event, but but thank you for all that. But I was wanting to talk about the dress because it was amazing that you made
yeah,
your own dress. All that was true. And
yes,
your
and
daughter
my
made a
daughter
dress.
made her own dress.
Yes, and that was beautiful. And then Natalie was in a dress at the
Yes.
wedding, and I don't know who else. I know Nick was involved.
Well, Nick wore a top hat
Yeah.
that he made for
Oh, right,
himself.
right.
Yes, because he was part of the
Yes,
wedding party as well,
yes. It
right?
was done
So
amazingly.
and
Yeah,
and the thing is too, a lot of people thought until they actually came to the wedding and see Donald and I walk down the aisle or whatever,
yeah,
that it was an actual renewal of vows, because when we first got married, we were only children. I mean, well, children, not children,
yeah.
children.
You were in high
I
school,
mean,
right?
we were 19, right?
Wow.
And we got married very, very young. And
Right,
so we've had our children, we had 3 children very young in our lives, but
right.
it was a very tiny, tiny wedding. The dress that I wore was my graduation gown. So I didn't have all those things. So to me, I was being spoiled rotten, Steve. So you don't know
Oh,
how
it
much
was the
that.
most wonderful moment. We loved doing it, and it was amazing. But it was just the whole dress thing about a balloon wedding dress was just incredible.
Oh, it was gorgeous, and it wasn't just
Yeah,
even a balloon dress wedding. It was an all
it
balloon
was
wedding.
gazebo and all
It
that.
really
It
was.
was unbelievable. We have videos of it. We're going to be learning to the station once I can take them from the other station so people can see it.
Ah,
So that'll be
perfect.
great. But then the other thing we did, and we landed, which was amazing. The owner of Zappos came to Bling Bling Gym as a guest, and they decided
Mhm.
to sponsor it. He's now passed away. And then Debbie made a dress when they came, which was incredible. We displayed it at Zappos headquarters as well, and that was like a beautiful dress. It was I can't think of her name. It was Darren's sister that wore it, and she did a really unbelievable job. That was year two, and
Mhm.
year two? No, year two. No, sorry, year
No,
two
that was,
wedding. It was like year four. It was like year
yeah,
four.
something like that.
Yeah, yeah. And that was at the Golden Nugget. That was just amazing. And that was
Mhm.
a great dress that was beautiful that you displayed on after she wore it. We put it on the dress form, if you remember, at
Yes.
Zappos. And anything to say about that? I don't know, really know. That was a
Other than Darren's sister, and I can't remember her
yes.
name either, and that's so terrible because I mean she was amazing
It's
and
with
she
an
wore it
A. Yeah.
beautifully. Yeah,
Yes.
and so anyway, so it was
Anza.
beautiful.
It's Anza.
Yes, yes, yes.
Anza.
Oh, and she's a sweetheart.
Yes.
Yes. And so anyway, so I'm making the dress. I mean, it was easy to compliment her features. I mean, she's very tall, thin, beautiful. So I mean, the dress looked gorgeous on her, of course.
Yes.
And it was just fun to make them. And that's the one thing about the dresses, you try to make them all different and look different and
Yes.
different aspects for different people, right?
Yes.
You don't
Yes.
make because she's tall and lean, I'm not going to make her another different type of a dress. I could make her one that tailors right to her body and then just went out more of like the mermaid style. So I
Yeah.
mean it looked gorgeous on her.
Oh
So
no, absolutely. And then you made a dress. The model at Zappos was our Canadian magician. She's beautiful too. And she was living in
yes,
Vegas,
she,
back in Canada now. Uh,
yay.
Adrian Black, and you did the
Yes.
gold dress, which was really, really nice as well. That was totally different as well. And that was
Yes, I loved the
yeah,
back of the train, and it had
yeah,
all these little pieces that went out, and they almost made a heart, several of them as it was going down, and
yeah.
it was gorgeous.
It
And
was
again,
unbelievable. And we had a nice runway there at Zappos. It was incredible. And then those couple years, you taught a lot of people how to make dresses at Bling Bling Jam. People like Agnes, and she won. And there was other people
yeah,
that really didn't think they could place, and they learned dresses, and it was amazing. So Amazing.
Yep.
Anything else to add on to the dresses? I'm sorry, I kind of took off with that one.
Well, other than the fact that I honestly, I hope a lot of people come to my class
Yes.
because I will give you as much tricks and tips and all this kind of stuff. Some of the things that I'm going to explain to you is going to
Yeah.
save you so much time
Oh
without
yeah.
having to figure it out. It will also be the dress, like to learn the how to actually do different things. So we'll have a few hands-on. We'll learn how to do the lace. We'll learn how to do the sweetheart version and
Right.
just the traditional one that goes across that type of thing. Some
Wonderful.
of it will be just watching, some of it will be hands-on, and some of it will be a little bit of a lecture. So,
Very
but
nice. So yeah,
definitely I give it all.
yeah, let's talk about that. Let's talk about your a little more about your class and about
Okay.
then we'll talk about judging, about your head of that, and also why you like Bling Bling Jam. You're excited about your class. You want and you think people should come. I know that there's other people. Nothing against it. There's all wonderful dresses out there and people that teach, um, and they're all beautiful. But I can say this. I think your dresses look the most, how should I say, it, elegant looking because you use mostly 160s. And again, nothing there's anything wrong with not using them. It's just that
That's right.
it adds on weight to the model
Yes.
and as what I think.
Yes,
And
it does.
yeah, and it makes them more shaped. you know so
Absolutely.
that's my opinion, okay, and I don't want to say the wrong thing about anybody, model or artist. but
Yeah.
but anyway, can you share like why you're excited about your class, anything to add on to that, uh what you like about Bling Bling Jam and why you think people should come and take it, whether it's in person or virtual?
Okay. Well, that's a lot. So let
Okay,
me
fine.
see. Let me start with why I think you should come, because I think if I had that at the beginning when I started to make dresses, if you see my first dress, you would be like nothing compared to now.
Yeah,
I would have loved that opportunity to be able to learn exactly all those tricks and tips that I'm going to give you. And I will give you as much as possible. And I will be out there in the jam room and I will be doing the competitions and stuff like that. So I will help you guys as much as I can to get yourself through it. If you have questions, don't hesitate to come to me, right? I want you to, as a matter of fact. A few people have already messaged me and said, wait, what about this? And I'm like, and then they're saying, oh, I'm so sorry to bug you. You're not bugging me, not at all. This is what I
right.
thrive to do. I love talking about the dresses. I like sharing how to make it. And like you said, with Agnes doing the dresses, and so
Yeah,
many people who have taken my classes and then turn around and see how much they do with it, right? And some of the things I get to see that's new for me, right? That they come up with. But honestly, it is a passion and I really love it and I love to share it. So that's why I'm excited about it. So, and I think you should be excited because I'm going to give you everything that I can possibly think of. So,
yeah,
and don't hesitate to pick my brain.
right.
Um, why do I think people should come to Bling Bling Jam? Is because I'm excited about the other teachers. Okay,
you know
Steve's lineup is phenomenal. I know I'm going to be in, I'm going to have a hard time because I'm supposed to be doing my class and I'm supposed to
yeah,
be doing the competitions and all this kind of stuff. But not doing the competitions, but in charge of the competitions. But there's a lot of things to organize. And I want to take a lot of these classes because Steve, you've got a really great lineup.
yeah.
Absolutely,
I'm
110%.
excited.
There's so many things that I've got a list of the ones that I'm going to. So you're
Good.
going to learn so much at my class and at everybody else's class. And another thing is the teachers that you have, especially this year, and most of the years, you're very picky about your instructors, and
Yeah.
you make sure that you have instructors who do want to share their stuff, right? And everybody's probably going to get that drift after seeing all these videos of all of us when we're doing it to give you an idea that, yeah, we're there for you guys, right? And that's really what happens at Bling. And then the competitions, of course, they're amazing. You get to see stuff. And what it does is you come home energized to try new things and do new things, see in the competition pieces, even if you didn't try. but it doesn't mean that you can't, because we've had beginners that have placed, right? We've
Yeah.
had people that have done amazing things that blew people away. So there will be so much to do there. There'll be the parade with the costumes, and then we'll be going down and getting hot dogs down there. We
Yes.
have fun there. We
Oh yeah,
jam
the
lot.
runway back this year. Don't forget. We
Yes,
haven't had that back
that
since
is,
2019. Yeah.
yes, I know that
Real
is
fashion
the,
show.
I
Yeah.
know we're back to that. I'm very excited about
Yes.
that.
Yes.
So that'll be nice. So just right back to the traditional type of a competition and fashion show. So that's great.
Yes.
So yeah, so I honestly think it is something, you have a bond, that you love balloons, and it's, you meet people of the same kind of mindset. So Steve, when you and I
Yeah.
first met, we connected,
Oh
right?
God.
I
Yes.
mean, I have so many friends in the industry that have been there from day one. And you're so excited to see them, and we look for reasons to get
Yeah.
together again. And you can call them up and ask them, or anything possible. And it's just a bond. It's a bond of a family. It really is. And I know people say that, and it truly is with Bling Bling Jam. It really is a family, right? I mean, we try to share everything. We want people to succeed. And I think that's one of the best things that I can say about your convention, Steve. I think you're very smart in how you plan things, and I think that's important, right?
Well,
So
thank you. And we appreciate you immensely. And if you guys didn't know, Debbie's one of my best friends. And we so
right back
appreciate
at
her.
you.
And she thank you. And she's awesome, as you guys can see if you don't know her, or if you do know her, that, which is great. Well, that's awesome, Debbie. Anything else you want to add on to or you missed that, I should say, on anything that we about your class, about Bling Bling Jam, or anything else that we missed? What did we sign
Mm.
up? It was a mouthful already, I know, guys.
It has been. Okay,
And
let me go
right
back
now
to
we're
the
talking this is late at night, but we're awake. Yeah,
Yep, I'm wide awake. I've been not sleeping lately,
yeah,
so
yeah.
I'm on adrenaline here. Which is another thing. I always, when
Yeah.
I'm at the
I
convention,
potentially started off mumbling on the call, but I got right with I got my second wind. It's like
there
midnight.
we go. But yeah, so something that I've not thought of just to mention would be the
Yeah.
competitions, right?
Yes.
I think I touched on it a little bit. Do
Yeah.
not
We
be
changed them.
afraid to compete. There's going to be a sign up sheet. If you missed it and you didn't sign up in time, don't worry, you're not kept
Yeah.
to it, but sign up and try it. If I didn't try it the first time, I would have never known, right?
Yeah.
The first time I tried it, I didn't win first. I won third. Who would have thought? It was my first time. It
Right.
doesn't, you, so by giving yourself that chance, what it does is it makes you push yourself, right?
Right.
Towards something. The other thing that I might say about competitions is know what you're going into ahead of time. So go through the competition rules, figure out, I want to do this one or that one. Don't try them all, of
Yeah.
course, because you'll overextend yourself and drive yourself insane. But pick the ones out that you want to do, right? And might I say that my class on showing you how to make the dresses is before the competition. So that would
Yay.
help. But know what you want to do, plan it out, do a couple of little prototypes if you're making the small competition piece. Say for instance, the first time that I went to my first competition, I didn't go there and not make it ahead of time. I knew how to make it. I had pictures, I had step by step. I'm not saying everybody works well that way. As a matter of fact, my brother is the exact opposite. He
Yeah.
says if I have to remake something, it never turns out. He goes, I do my best work just trying from scratch. Me, I need to know how everything goes. I'm a little bit of a control freak for that kind of thing,
Yeah.
right?
I'm with you. I'm the same page.
Yep, yep. I know, because you were doing some practicing before your
Yes.
dresses.
Yes. I had to practice it. I have to know what I'm doing. Yeah.
Yes, yes, exactly. So, and one last thing that I can also say, if you are doing the dress competition, get a dress form,
Oh yeah.
because it's really
Bring it
hard
with you.
to, yes, bring it with you, because it's really, really, really hard to make a dress that's going to fit you properly, because or the model, whoever, because you want it to curve where it's supposed to curve and not bulge where it's not
Yeah.
supposed to bulge. And that is so easy to do. So really do your best, even if you don't have the adjustable ones. I always say, get the adjustable one so that you can make all the measurements. But it's not always possible for somebody to pack that and go to a competition. Sometimes they're okay. This is gonna sound bad. They're okay, there's blow up mannequins, right? So not those kind, but mannequins or whatever that they go on a stand and it's just the torso. And that's what I used my first time. And I just put balloons in there and added the measurements to it. And it worked out perfect, right? But it's easier if you have one that adjusts. But anyway, I'm rambling now, so I'll stop.
That's okay. I love it. I love it. Thank you for sharing all that, but true. So true.
Yes,
Wow. Is there anything else?
I think I've got that's it. I think I'm
Well,
done.
well, Debbie, we are so excited to have you back. As always, Debbie does such a great job with her classes and with the help of the competitions, and we so appreciate you and the schedule. Thank God, because I need help. She does a great job with all that. And again, you'll see her on Sunday when we do start the time competition and stuff. And
Yep.
it's going to be a great event. So we're looking forward to it. This is just amazing. Please do us a favor and please show Debbie some love and put thumbs up on in the comments section so she can read it and she's excited to come back. Of course, I know she is anyway, but still it's always nice. And we'd like to hear your feedback as well. And I know that you'll find this interview really great so you can know Debbie better and get to know her better. And she's also available after school at the convention. She'd be taken out for dinner and lunch and and drinks. No. All good, all good. And we do
Yeah.
that at Bling Bling Jam. It's just what people do. If they
Yeah.
choose to, we have a good time. Like Debbie said, we're all friends and we have a great time. So
Absolutely, we do.
well, thank you again so much, Debbie, for staying up late and doing this. And this will air on a Monday next week coming up. So it'll be there Monday. I think it's July 1st, the day this is airing.
Yes,
Stay
Canada Day
tuned.
for us.
Yes. Oh, awesome. And then July 4th for us a couple days after. Awesome.
Yep.
Awesome. All right, you guys. We'll see you soon. Let's bling it on. Over and
See
out.
it bling.
Bye-bye.
Bye.